funky beat. Sun is shining, Rachel brings the heat. Wake up CEO, we're on repeat. Chicago, Sun Up City on the go. Rachel L. Gary on the radio. Tune in quick, hear the power flow. Wake up CEO, it's your daily show. Wake up, start the day with CEO. Rachel's got the vibe, that's the real deal. CEO, it's time to feel the thrill. Morning grind, press play and chill. From the Windy City, bringing major vibes. Rachel on the mic, keeping lives revived. Radio Chicago, where dreams arise. Wake up CEO to the skies. No more snooze button, no more delay. Rachel's voice making waves today. Feel the energy Chicago way. Wake up CEO, rise and sway. Wake up, start the day with zeal. Rachel's got the vibe, that's the real deal. CEO, it's time to feel the thrill. Morning grind, press play and chill. Wake up, start the day with zeal. Hey, with Rachel's got the vibe, that's the real deal. CEO, it's time to feel the thrill. Morning grind, press play and chill.
This is Nina Powell of Nina Waters Ministries, and when you're looking for inspiration, check out Wake Up CEO with Rachel L. Gary, Wednesdays from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m.
You know what time it is? Every Wednesday, 3 to 5, my Radio Chicago, Rachel L. Gary in the building. Wake up, CEO, let's go! Wake up, go Sam, set that tone. Wake up, every step you take, you claim that throne. Wake up, no more doubt, no time to stall. Wake up, boss up now, go get it all. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in. Wake up. I ain't waiting, now I go and take it. Built this from the ground, no way they break it. Consistency, my secret, watch me make it. Got that boss talk, now I ain't faking no. Look, set the goal, now I'm grabbing the goal. And put in the work, now I'm taking control. The vision so clear, yeah, I already know. Every step I take, I'm ready to blow. Wake up, set that tone. Every step you take, you claim that throne. No more doubt, no time to stall. You boss up now, go get it all. Let's go, stay locked in, make it happen. Make it happen. Let's go, stay locked in, make it happen. Make it happen. No handouts, yeah, I made my way. Built my brand, now I paved my lane. I turn my losses into lessons. Now my grind got no recession. Yeah, they talk about chance, but I make my own. Yeah, I ain't waiting for fate, got a future to own. Yeah, every setback, just part of the game, gay game. But now I'm up and they know my name. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in. Wake up. Success so sexy, put the work in, flexy. Late nights, no rest, but now my vision's hefty. They doubted, they laughed, now they watch from the back. Cause I turned every dream into bricks that stack. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in, go get it all. Every Wednesday, 3 to 5, my Radio Chicago. Rachel L. Gary taking you to the top. Rachel L. Gary taking you to the top.
Hey there, everybody. Welcome to Wake Up CEO. I am your host, Rachel L. Gary, and let's get ready for this 2-hour power-packed wake-up call to step into the full potential and be that CEO of your life. That's that one that's clear in your actions, empowered by your choices, and owning your direction. So let's get locked in and stay tuned for the power statement of the day. Also, the free gift for those who signed up for the 7-day challenge. Author's Corner brought to you by Distinguished Authors Guild, where your literary excellence is rewarded. And that last at Leadership 3-Point Play, powered by Say I'm Possible Academy, where self-leadership gets GPS. So you know what we're going to do right here? We're going to dive right in. And the power statement of the day. Let's stop making failure personal. It is not about you, who you are. It is all about what didn't work. And the theme of the show today is how to smack down failure for good. And if you guys are watching me live, the question of the day is, what is something you did afraid? So let me know a little bit. What is something you've done afraid? So drop that in the chat so I can know what your thoughts are. But as we dive into, failure is not the end. That's what we're going to talk about today. Today we're going to talk about how to smack it down and how not to allow failure to run anything in our lives moving forward. So first things first is, what is failure anyway? Let's start there. Let's ask that question. So failure is only us making an attempt to move forward in a direction and not getting a result that we desire. So when we think of it that way, when something doesn't happen as in the way we wanted it to, it doesn't mean that we stop. So that's why we're talking about how to smack down failure permanently. Because there's no way that just because something didn't work out the way that we planned or intended, that is now going to be a stop. It is just a lesson. And even when you're asking for something and if someone says no, that just means that we redirect our attention, our energy towards the yes. Have you ever thought about it that way? Because that's how I think about failure. I think about failure as a challenge. Failure to me is a challenge. That means that I'm going to keep moving forward. I got a plan. I'm going to be in action, and something happens. Boom. Immediately, I have an opportunity to learn. Because what we're doing on Wake Up CEO, we're talking to CEOs who are winning or learning. We're not losing over here on Wake Up CEO. We winning and we learning. And when we winning and learning, every time something happens, it's an opportunity for us to find a new lesson, for us to find a new path, for us to go around whatever roadblock happened, and allows us to learn something about ourselves and teach ourselves something new. What y'all think about that? So from the chat, we got Marie Gary saying, let's get it, CEO. That's right. That's what we're about. We got Sheree Sloan on here, and she says, hey, CEO. Got Mike Lewis out there. Good afternoon, CEO. Because at the end of the day, guys, we are owning that CEO. We're owning being clear. We're owning being empowered. We're owning what it's about. We're owning our direction. So I got a question to ask. When you fail, so I don't want us to forget about the question of the day. What is something you've done afraid? So I want you guys to keep that in mind. What is something you've done afraid? And with that fear, because remember, fear is nothing but fake evidence appearing real. And if it's fake, that means that we drummed up in our heads already. And we put those roadblocks up before we even started moving forward. So it's sometimes when we're afraid, and sometimes the fear is things that we've thought about or things that someone has told us is going to happen. But we didn't even try. So when we do make an effort to move forward, and we don't make it to our destination on the first try or the second try, it is opportunity for us to ask the question, what in that moment is teaching us? What are we learning from that moment? Because we want to make sure that we're taking those lessons, because when we take those lessons, it allows us to find another avenue of success. It allows us to figure out, okay, that particular thing didn't work. What's the next thing that I can do to start moving forward, to learn, and still reach my goal? Because when you're learning along the way, what do? You stack up more information on how to find success. That's what the failure actually is doing for you. And let's kill the myth. I got a myth buster I want to talk about. Kill the myth of perfection. If you are waiting to move forward because of you're waiting for that perfect moment, that perfect opportunity, that perfect person, that perfect relationship, perfection is a myth, guys. It's a myth because nobody wins losing first. Think about this way. Any professional athlete, any professional author, any professional actor, any profession, period, did a lot of practicing. And that's what I see failure as. We're practicing. We're practicing the lessons. We're practicing and learning. We're practicing and developing. We're doing all of that along the way. We're practicing on things that we know. Because remember, we're not going to know everything on our way out the gate. That's just not realistic. That's why perfection is a myth. So when you're looking for that perfect piece, that perfect person, that perfect moment, it doesn't exist. It's a moment, the person, the action. And then you move forward, and even when you get what you want, it's not even the perfect outcome because perfection doesn't exist. You will find something in there that you could have done better, you could have done differently. Someone that doesn't have the perfect mindset and is growing, that doesn't mean they're not a perfect person. It just means that we are developing. And we're all developing on an everyday basis. So got a couple of things from the chat. So Michael says, what is something you did afraid? That was the question. I was afraid to bet on myself and trust the process God had laid out for me. I am learning that when I simply have faith and believe in myself, God will never fail me. And my failures are setting me up for more success. Man, we got to clap it up for that. That is the ultimate point of failure. If you don't learn the lessons, you're going to be thinking about moving forward. You're going to be in your own way. You're going to have your roadblocks. A roadblock, as we started in the beginning, is just something, is a diversion. It's a detour, not a stop sign. And even at a stop sign, when we drive it, guys, what do? You stop. A lot of people slow down and roll through, as opposed to just stopping at the stop sign. But you stop temporarily. You gather And before you go into traffic, you look both ways and then you continue across the street. Responsible drivers. I want to quote that. Responsible drivers. You look both ways and then you continue forward. But if you heard what I said, you look both ways and you're looking both ways, but you don't stop at that stop sign. You take the pause, not the stop. And then you continue forward. So we have someone else in the chat. So answering the question of the day, trying to convert the fear into a fire and that fire to freedom. And by the way, they say check out Forest and Fire, guys, if you haven't already. They dropped the link in the chat. Forest and Fire is full of those moments of those stumbling blocks. Because I had to learn from those mistakes. I had to gather that intel. It's like when you're going on a mission, and the mission is your life. And if you're on a mission for a successful outcome, a new endeavor, a new relationship, more money, a new house, all of those dream attributes that we're looking for out of life, you have to be ready. That's what we're talking about here. This is why we on Wake Up CEO, getting you equipped to be ready for those things as they come your way. And dropping, you know what, guys, I'm just here just reminding you of who you're trying to be, reminding you of those things that could stifle you, could stop you, and just bringing those things to the forefront so we can continue moving forward to being our best and having our best CEO lives. And that's what it's about. So, I mean, I want to ask about that perfect moment. So we were back to killing perfection. So let's go on and imagine this. Imagine that you're on a journey. And we're all on a journey through life on an everyday basis. And on that journey, you're rolling down the street. And we were talking about those stop signs. Those stop signs are out there. And you look at both ways and you continue crossing. And when you're crossing that street, you get to the other side. And then another stop sign is going to come up a couple of blocks later. But because you are already equipped to drive the car, that's the CEO moment. You're already equipped to drive the car. You understand that these stop signs are just they're just a moment. So I want us to take that same thought process to when we're talking about driving and being in the driver's seat of our lives. Because when you're in the driver's seat of your life, you have to be equipped with the correct mindset to be able to get over the hurdles, get over the obstacles, get over the things that will happen in life that are meant to teach you, not meant to stop you. Remember, we're right now, we're getting clear. If we're getting clear, that means that we have to have that clarity with ourselves. And that clarity with ourselves is talking about what? What is it that we want? What is that goal that we're looking for? And what is failure anyway? We discussed failure is nothing. It's just a lesson. So if we're still moving forward towards lessons, and as I said when I was in Atlanta this weekend, in every blessing there is a lesson, because you had to learn so much to get the blessing that you had. Start like kindergarten. When you're in school, you started in kindergarten, you started learning to color. In first grade, you started learning how to put numbers together, and you started putting letters and numbers together. Then in second grade, you learned how to make those letters into words. Then in third grade, you started learning to read those words and putting those words into sentences. Then we started learning how to read those sentences and creating a paragraph, then a paragraph to a book. Those are all lessons. And sometimes we can't go, I want to say it, guys, we can't get in the car, say we're going to drive, and then start going from 0 to 100 in a Lamborghini. It's not how life works. So why do we expect in our everyday endeavors that that's how life is going to work? we expect that we're going to get everything we desire today. And then when we don't get it, we're upset. So what are we upset about? That's the question we have to ask. Are we upset because we have set unrealistic expectations on our lives? And unrealistic is different to everybody. There is no realistic goals that are standards. Everybody, when you're driving in your life, you're driving in your life different. And you're learning different. Your paths are different. What you want to do is different. How you want to move is going to be different. But the one thing we all want is success at the end of that. And whatever success looks like. But you can't be afraid of the byproduct of wanting something different. And it's okay to want something different. It's okay to want something more. That's why we on Support District Radio Network. It's more than radio. So if it's more than radio, that means it's more than just radio. So to have more, how do you get more? You have to do something different and be okay with that difference. And continue moving through those challenges. And I'll tell you guys, if you guys think about it, the only real challenge is the way we're thinking about those things. It's us wanting, we know what we want clearly. And the clear thing that we want is that end goal. So when you want that clear thing at the end, everything in your mind, everything should line up to the end. If everything lined up to the end, what will be the next thing you want? Because once you get the first thing, you're going to want more things. Because along that way, you're going to learn some new things. Because we don't know what we don't. So clear. What we're going to do to be clear is we're going to understand that failure is feedback. It's feedback on things not going as planned and us having a lesson. We're killing the myth of perfection. Perfection does not exist. So as long as we start getting the clarity of failure is feedback, perfection is a myth, and that the only way to have a clear path forward is to think through what you want to do and start moving forward in action. So we're going to take a moment and let all that sink in. And we're going to start with, we're going to put some music out here to bring all that, what we talked about, to a point. And we're going to start with Do It Anyway by Erica Mason.
You know, like, sometimes you just gotta stop caring about, like, what everybody else think and just live your life, you know? Look, if you ain't failed a couple times, you ain't ready for this. I don't crumble under pressure, I go heavy with this. Driving straight to the hole, I don't need no assist. If all I got is one shot, you know I ain't gonna miss. I never take a hater serious, I'm petty with this. Never been the type to fall down, shadow the fence. And yeah, I might lose it all, I get it right back quick. I'm like a walking casino, cause I'ma take that risk. I ain't scared of nothing but the old version of me. I'm fired up, boy, I love the cold version of me. I love the way I took the pain and now it's working for me. I'm coming back for everything that was taken from me. Hey, what you thought this was? I'm like the little engine that could. They love my drive, they just wanna know what's under the hood. I wish you would try to stop me, you gon' get what you deserve. I'll show you how to take it from the bottom to the first. Yeah. I know they try to say you can't, but do it anyway. Ain't got no money in the bank, do it anyway. I know you thought a couple times, but that's alright. Don't care what people think, do it anyway. I know they try to say you can't, do it anyway. Ain't got no money in the bank, do it anyway. I know you thought a couple times, but that's alright. Won't care what people think, do it anyway. Remember when they said I couldn't, now they ask me how I do it. When you really know you got it, you ain't never gotta prove it. When you started from the bottom, you ain't never scared of losing. Everything all on God, that's the only way I do it. Who I been had the juice. With an extra side of sauce. Boy, I been had ragu. Baby, I got so much flavor in the pain. It's a seasoning. Promise I'ma get it. It don't matter the season. I do it any day. Every day I'ma get it in every way. No, they try to say that I can't, but I still do it anyway. I don't care what they're gonna say. I don't care what they're gonna think. When you out here chasing dreams, you don't care if people sleep. Wake 'em up when I speak, it's just a matter of time. And everything for me is just a matter of mind. I got audacity and confidence, a deadly combination. Yeah, I hear them talking, I just call it admiration. I know they try to say you can't, but do it anyway. Ain't got no money in my bank, do it anyway. I know you felt a couple times, so that's alright. I don't care what people think, do it anyway. I know they try to say you can't, do it anyway. Ain't got no money in the bank, do it anyway. I know you felt a couple times, so that's alright. I don't care what people think, do it anyway. Ay, I do it anyway. Ay, ay, I do it anyway. Do it anyway. Do it anyway. No, they try to say you can't do it anyway. Ain't got no money in the bank, do it anyway. I know you felt a couple times, and that's alright. I don't care about what they say, do it anyway. Mellow, take the win.
Whatever I want, it's already mine. Gratitude. Hey, I want it, I get it, I got it, I got it. I'm one with the spirit, I'm got it, I'm got it. I planted a seed and forgot it. I know you just see me just sprouted. Everything that I desire, get excited just cause I'm sure. Less distractions keep my mind pure. Yeah. Reminder, I want it, I get it, I got it, I got it. I'm one with the spirit, I'm got it, I'm got it. I planted a seed and forgot it. I know you just see what just sprouted. Yeah. Everything that I desire, get excited just cause I'm sure. Less distractions keep my mind pure. Yeah. Reminder, I'll never forget this again. Was born with a gift from within. I give me a grip on a pen and give you a hit to the chin. I turn my dream into reality so they see that it's possible. Connecting with the inner, yeah, really get the most out of it. Yeah, abundance is all that I focus on. So grateful, so much to be grateful for. I make some money, then go make some more. Create, cause that's what I'm created for. I go beyond the limits, no more boundaries. The sky is just an image and see we control what clouds we see. I got it. I'm one with the spirit, I'm got it, I'm got it. I planted a seed and forgot it. I know you just see what just sprouted. Everything that I desire, get excited just cause I'm sure. Less distractions keep my mind pure. Yeah. Reminder, I want it, I get it, I got it. I'm one with the spirit, I'm got it. I planted a seed and forgot it. I know you just see what just sprouted. Everything that I desire, get excited just cause I'm sure. Less distractions keep my mind pure. Yeah. Reminder, got it, got it. Got it, got it.
Okay, so yeah, we're back at it. We're back at it. So what was that? It's already mine. Is that what it said? It's already mine. And that's what we're thinking. We have to think from that perspective, guys. So those two songs, Do It Anyway. I would say Erica Mason, she killed that. Why? Because no matter what's going on, and no matter what anyone's thinking or saying, you have to move forward anyway. Because the only person's life that you're living is your own. You'll have some people that depend on you, but you have to start with what you're doing for you, how you're moving forward. And that's why we're smacking down failure today, because we're not going to be concerned about what other people think about us, or what they think about our goals, or how they think about what we're talking about doing. We have to stay focused on what we're looking for out of life, where we want to go. And those roadblocks that were in our way, we're going to get rid of them. And we're going to talk about after you fail. Because as I said, failure is inevitable. It is inevitable. One more time, it is inevitable. At this point, you're deciding on and getting the information and getting the tools needed to be able to bounce back. And how to own the lesson, but not the word failure. You might fail, but you are not a failure. That's a difference. Failing in a process. That's why we're not accepting any labels of failure. We're owning the lesson that we learned. But we're not going to allow we're not going to put failure on ourselves or allow that to be the title that we walk around with or the thought process that we walk around with. Because your mindset and what you say to yourself matters. So because you're not a failure. You were courageous and decided to move forward. It took courage to step forward. And courage is a total opposite of a failure to me. I don't care if I fail 50 times. I said this, I have endeavors all the time that don't work as planned. Give you guys a little for instance. Now, you guys who've been listening, and if you have never heard me talk about it before, it's your first time listening. I have properties in the Chicagoland area, and I have just recently completed a rehab, and I have some new tenants in that spot. In this area, nice area, very good rehab. The second the new tenants walked in, they loved the place. It was intentionally put together in a way so people felt that this was home. When I walked into it, I felt it was home. Trying to get my wife to move to the place. That's how much I liked it. However, one weekend, they moved in last Friday. One weekend, I've had 10 phone calls about issues. Not just issues, not issues with just the property, issues with surrounding people. So this goes into where we're talking about your surroundings. So a surrounding neighbor is giving my tenants a hard time. Now, I'm going to tell you, I am a person who I've been married as of Monday was 13 years. So my wife and I have been married 13 years. Now I said that to say, if we move into someplace and my wife is upset about something with that place, we move. Is that what she said? I spend a lot of time out. I don't spend as much time at home. We both work, but we work on different frequencies, on different things that we're doing. But if she told me that somebody was harassing her, the neighbors were not doing what they need to do, something has happened, we move. So when I think of it from that standpoint of would I be upset about what's taking place, I would. But this goes to, I'm not saying that we failed yet with the situation. Because what I'm going to do is be empowered to put steps in place so my tenants can stop being harassed by a neighbor. But this goes to statements that that you made, I've made, have been made about when people have something going in a good direction, someone is always trying to derail a plan. So that's what I'm seeing this as a lesson. I'm going to learn from this moment. Learn that I should put certain things in place sooner. There's going to be some litigation that's going to have to take place. But what will happen from everything that goes on is that I'm going to learn. So I didn't fail at having a successful rehab with a successful tenant in it. I'm going to learn from the issues and make sure that we find success. It's about how you think about those things. And you have to separate. So what I'm doing is what I'm speaking about is you separate the event from you. An event that failed is not you as a failure. The event failed. It did not go as planned. You are the person who had the courage, who moved forward anyway, and continue moving forward. That's why I'm separating myself from the event. So events on one side. The neighbor is giving my tenants a hard time. That's the event. I'm on the other side, thinking of what can I do to make sure at the end of the day that this situation is minimized and does not happen going forward. That's a mind shift. It's the mindset that is needed for us to move forward, because everything's not going to go as planned. I could get very upset about the whole situation. And my wife and I had a whole conversation after I got the 10 phone calls while I was out on tour with my book in Atlanta. I got 10 phone calls that were coming across, went through my do not disturb. So guys, you know when you have do not disturb on your phone, if someone calls you 3 to 4 times in a row, the call will come through. That's how many times that person had to call for that call for me to even get the call in the first place. Now I say this, if any of you guys watch that conversation that I was having with the AAA LAC in Atlanta, you would have never known I had a problem, because I did. I know I just told you guys all about what was happening, but I don't have a problem. You know why? Because when I have the mindset that I'm going to find a solution to that, it no longer became a problem for me. Take that nugget, guys. Write that nugget down. Because when your mindset is already shifting, that you're not failing, you're just winning and learning. You're not taking any of the things that happen negatively to impact your mental well-being. So that's why you can separate yourself from a failed event instead of being a failure. Because you've already set yourself up for life will happen. And happening will not derail me from my plan. And that's what you tell yourself. Life happening will not derail me from my plan. And that allows you to have a reset every single time something happens. So do I get upset at times? And I immediately come back to me being upset with, hey, what are you going to do next? I'm not going to live in that moment. We're not going to live in fail, because when something fails, if you're living in it, then you feel like you're failing. So that's why we're going to move past it. And we're going to use that failure to build success. So we're going to build success. So from the chat, it says, get your do not disturb for your mind below, the 7-day challenge. So we're going to dive a little bit into the 7-day challenge. For people out there who have actually signed up for the 7-day challenge, let me tell you guys what you guys get free. Okay, I promise that you guys get something free. So with the 7 people who have signed up for the 7-day challenge, was a free moment of being committed and consistent to build your confidence. It was a 7-day challenge where you had 3 small commitments that you had to complete to build the confidence in believing in you. Free. And for everyone who took that first step towards the 7-day challenge, you will get an email that will give you the opportunity to pick one item from SayI'mPossible.com as a free gift for stepping up to the plate and going beyond your fear, going beyond your thoughts of not being able to achieve something, but taking that effort. You get one free item from Say I'm Possible Academy. And that is either you can take, it'll have the details in there, but you have opportunity. There are 2 ebooks and they're also clothes. So the I'm Possible brand that I wear is actually available at sayIampossible.com. And because you took the first step, you have the opportunity to pick either an ebook or a clothing item from the store. Thank you guys for taking the opportunity for finding success in your CEO life. So check your emails. You should be getting an email later today for everyone who signed up yesterday and today. It was for 1 day only, and I considered a 24-hour period a whole day. So I appreciate you guys for taking the opportunity to go ahead and get in the 7-day challenge. The 7-day challenge 2.0 will be starting again in July. The first week of July, we'll start 7-day challenge 2.0. And 2.0 is just us having that 15-minute boost where we're going to talk, we're going to discuss, and we're going to move forward as CEOs of my life. So keep on, everyone who did not sign up for the challenge yesterday, between yesterday and today, if you will have other opportunities. So keep following Wake Up CEOs page on Facebook, where there will be other opportunities to win free items like Forged in Fire or a ticket to #Poverty to Six Figures book launch in June, or other activities that will be going on over the next couple of months. So please stay locked in on Wake Up CEO. So as we're jumping back in to about failure, about resisting being a failure and just failing the process. And you have to rewrite that narrative. Empowerment means you choose the meaning behind the moment. You choose the meaning behind the moment. So when something happens, you make a decision if this is going to impact your life to a point where you cannot move forward, or is it a stop sign that you're going to look both ways and continue through? You get to choose. But if you choose, you want to make sure that you choose with that you're going to continue moving forward. Say this with me. That didn't break me. I want you guys, if you're looking at this live, drop it in the chat. That moment didn't break you. So whatever took place in your life that might have been a stumbling block, say it to yourself. That moment did not break me. It built me. One more time. That didn't break me. It built me. Forged in Fire. It forged tragedies in my life. Things that went wrong. Those things forged in fire. It took me from ashes to empowerment. So we got to take those moments to ourselves. What is it that we are looking to do in our lives? We're looking for success on the other side of any endeavor that we're looking for. So that means that if it didn't break you, it built you for the next level. The next level. So we got some things in the chat. Personal experience. It's something you have to breathe, eat, and live, and find the magic of manifesting through your mind. Hands down, one of the best DIY for upgrading, not what to think, rather than how to think. We have, wow, that was awesome. Thank you. So, I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it's really all about. You knowing that whatever the situation is, it didn't break you, it just made you stronger. You have more resilience now because of it. And I want to say, we want to say it this way. Success doesn't come in spite of failure. It comes because of how you handle that failure. That's what success is about. It doesn't come, it comes despite the failure. But it depends on how you handle that failure, how you showed up for you, what your thoughts were when you were doing whatever you set out to do. When you sat down and you wrote down, and hopefully when you started deciding that you were going to make a change, or you were going to do something new, or you were going to grow through something, you wrote down what went wrong. And I know, and we're not going to hold on to what went wrong. We're writing down what went wrong so we can learn from what went wrong. So we're learning from that failure. So that's how we're going to handle it. We're going to get the mindset to handle it appropriately. Take from it what we needed from it. This goes to relationships. It goes to jobs. Have you ever been fired from a job? We've all been fired. I've been fired several times. But every time that I was fired from a job, I learned something. You have to take the lesson from it. You could have lost your job for a reason that had nothing to do with you. A couple places that I lost my job had everything to do with that they furloughed people, the company shut down. There were several of those things. What did I learn from that? So for companies shutting down, I'm going to give you guys a couple pieces of information of what I learned from that moment. Because what you would think is that company shut down. They didn't have nothing to do with you. Let me tell you what I learned from. And me and my wife, I shared this with her about a year ago. You learn trends within a company when they're getting ready to shut down. A year or so in advance. Because things will start taking place that you need to be more aware of. So what I learned is a pattern of what financial things start happening, what starts happening within a company, and what I learned to do, guys. I'm going to tell you this. I learned the pieces of information that helped me along in my career. When for 2 companies I worked from back to back, they shut down. That information I used when I got to the next company. Those pieces of information is what got me promoted at that company. So from that situation, there really was not a situation of mine. I learned something because at the end of the day, I was the one without a job. And if anyone knows about unemployment, when you're at a certain salary level, unemployment doesn't even matter. You getting $900 every 2 weeks won't even matter. When you're making $2,000 to $3,000 a week, a $900 check every 2 weeks will not even help you pay the bill. So you're not looking for unemployment. You're looking for employment as quick as possible. See, that's the different frame. The frame way your mind is framed around that situation. So what I took from there was information that I used in my next company that got me a better job. So that's when we're taking full responsibility of everything in our life. That's what we're doing when we're being clear in our actions, empowered by our choices, and owning our direction. We're not saying anything external of us is controlling us. And when we take full responsibility for everything around us, because even though the job closing down had nothing to do with me, what I took full responsibility of was how I reacted to that situation. So sometimes you may not be able to change a situation, but what you will do is learn from the situation or take the opportunity to utilize it to have the better mindset in that situation. All right, we got some stuff in the chat. Think about it like this. We all are nothing but construction workers, but inside of a building. The buildings we are building our life. You can guide us which tools to use and which saves the most valuable asset on this planet, which is time. But at the end of the day, the hammer is in our hands, and it's I who have to have clarity to empower my mind and own that building of success, because I am the CEO of my life. Hashtag Bob the Builder. So CEOs, can we all do it? So that was from the chat. And it's that was a perfect analogy. It was a perfect analogy. Because when you're taking full ownership of how you're building things in your life, That goes to how you're taking things in your mind, how you're allowing a situation to affect you, how you're allowing people to affect you, and what are you going to do to find success on the other side of an issue, on the other side of a roadblock, on the other side of a situation. That's what you're going to start working on, and that is working on the mindset that is needed for those things. So when you're taking full responsibility, there's no blaming, no finger pointing, and you can't grow through what you won't own. Take a second to think about that, guys. If you won't own what took place, how do you get better? How do you get growth? The only way to have growth on the other side of an issue is that you own that the situation happened. How many of us, I'm asking a realistic question, how many of us ourselves or know someone who blames every situation on something else? I'll say, for instance, your car stops working. Do you ask yourself, do you say, man, this daggone car, it just stopped working? Or did it give you signs that it needed to be tuned up? I'm using myself, for instance. I had a flat tire one day. My tire had a slow leak. And because I was busy. I had the building I was trying to get finished up. I was trying to get to an inspection. I had all these things going on. I wanted to make sure I got to my wife on time at 6 o'clock. I had a whole lot of things on my plate. So I said, okay, I'll take care of the tire last. Okay. I got a flat and the tire was flat. So in the midst of all those things that I had to do, I had to now roll on the tire because I didn't have my donut in my car. Whose fault is that? So I didn't have a donut, so I had to roll on the tire, get to a tire shop to have them fix the tire. I still didn't get all the things I wanted done, and I still was late to picking up my wife. Now, here's the ownership piece. Here's me owning that situation. First off, my car alerted me that the tire pressure was low. I made a decision. One more time. I made a decision that I wasn't going to fix the tire right then, and I gave myself the end destination. I was going to fix it once I was done for the day. So, whose fault was it? The tire went flat. It wasn't the screw or the nail. It was me not handling the situation when the issue began. That's owning it. Now, yes, the tire got a hole in it. Yes, I don't know where the hole came from. Yes, I thought I could make it down the street. I could make it about another 10 miles before I had to change it. But I'm not talking about all of those things that I could have, would have, should have done. I'm owning the fact that I should have handled the situation when there wasn't a problem originally. I allowed a problem that could have been handled quickly to now make it where I wasn't able to handle the responsibilities that I had taken on. So that's about the ownership. So the car's tire didn't fail. I failed to handle a situation. What was my lesson I learned from that situation? To be more proactive in checking my tires, that's one. To handle a situation as soon as it presents itself or as soon as I possibly can. And set clear expectations. The third thing was set clear expectations with myself to be more responsible in those situations. So that means, what did I have to do, guys? I had to take a self-assessment, look in the mirror, and when I looked in that mirror, found out that I needed to own my situation. That's what that's about. You have to take full responsibility for everything that's happened. Then you can gain, then you will have the ability to grow. Own the result. That's the second part. You have to own the results, and you gain the right to change them. If you don't own up for the results of any situation in your life, you can't make change. Think about it. If you give it over to the government, hey, I know what's going on in the world, what's going on in the government right now. If you give your situation and your life over to what the government's going to do, that means you're not giving yourself the ability to make a change in your life because you're giving it over to somebody else. So how do we smack down fear for good? Failure for good. We have to own the fact that we have the ability to make a choice. We choose whether we accept a situation. We make a choice whether we allow that situation to take over our life, take over our mind, take over our thought process. We own it. And when you own it, you have the ability to smack down failure. Failure is an event. It's not a person. One more time. Failure is an event, not a person. So that's how I see failure. It's an event that I can learn and grow from. Winning and learning. Winning and learning. The second part, this is for empowering yourself to find success in everything that fails. You're going to track the pattern. Are you failing forward or are you failing in circles? Let's unpack that a little bit. When you fail forward, that's when you've learned your lesson and you gathered some intel from that failure. And now you're going to do something different so you don't make the same failure twice. The circles is when you're doing the same things over and over again and you're failing over and over again at the same place. That's us learning from the thing that failed or us continuing moving forward and not learning from that failure because we're not owning it. We have to own it. Now from the chat, we have the best example for me about not stopping no matter what is I still remember last year. You had something very important to take care of. So you had to be busy. But however, it was the same day that you send personalized video messages to the 7 days challenge participants. But even then, in the middle of your event, you took some time out, stood near the escalator, and still was able to make those video messages, send them, and then quickly get back to your event. So for me, I will forever remember that. Thank you. So that is one of my mentees that was in the 7 day challenge last year. Now, as I said, you have to own it. So for me, I made a promise. For me, when I give my word is everything. I believe in integrity. And to me, when you are integritous, when you say you're doing something, you show up. If I say I'm going to be here Wednesday from 3 to 5, and something happens in my life that stops me from being here from 3 to 5, there's only a couple things that could hinder that from happening. Certain things are out of your control as well. So it's not saying that sometimes you give your word and things won't happen. But if you're giving your word, and every time you give your word, you're giving yourself an excuse, you're giving yourself an out every time. That means you're giving yourself an excuse. And you're giving yourself reason to not be integritous with you. That's about the 7 day challenge. That's from the 7 day challenge. About being consistent and commitment to your growth. So we're going to take a moment and we're going to let some music in. We got to make sure that we still pay the bills around here. So remember, this is My Radio Chicago. You can catch us on Support District Radio Network because it is more than radio. We're going to play Jericho by Inca.
I'm from outer space. I got Milky Way for blood, evolution in my veins. I'm going, I've nothing far away. I'm illuminated, I'll make a move, start a waves. I've been dreaming about flying for a long time. I had a vision from the place they want to go sign. Artificially intelligent way. I'm your future, past, and present. I'm a fine line. Yeah, I'm a listening of this illusion. I am not really here. I'm an intrusion. I don't swim or sink. I just flow. I don't need gravity. I just need growth. Oh, when I'm missing a quick, never ever fall, never stumble. And I don't need to be humble. Break down walls, Jericho crumble. I could go higher, past the stratosphere, I could catch fire. I could go hard, I don't even need to try it. Stop, I don't ever get tired. Predestined, written in stone. I feel it coming in, I feel it in my bones. Heavily protected, never alone. Did I connect to the unknown? Never ever fall, never stumble. And I don't need to be humble. Break down walls like Jericho crumble. And I'm missing out with humble. Never stumble. And I don't need to be humble. Break down walls like Jericho crumble. Jericho, Jericho walls come down. Jericho, Jericho walls come down. Walls come down like Jericho. Walls come down like Jericho. Jericho, Jericho walls come down. Jericho, Jericho walls come down. Walls come down like Jericho. Walls come down like Jericho.
Love is the language and the frequency that continues to grow and expand all consciousness. Peace.
Affirmations daily, you should join it. Love is the fire, we own it. The universe been talking to the chosen. The universe been talking to the chosen. God energy, God energy.
We about to kick down the door. Plant them new seeds, watch them grow. We about to run up the millions, need financial freedom for all of my folks. Yeah, we building leverage to change the complexion of wealth. You can tell by my tone. Empower my people to go elevate and be great. That's the shit that I'm on. Let's go. Stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. Stand up, 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 stand up. You can't be walking around broke. You better go get the bag. You better not give up hope. You can't be going outside. You got the power of God deep inside you, man. You better get off your ass. Your passion, the vehicle that's gonna drive you. Now go put your foot on the gas. Stand up, 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 stand up. Stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up.
Peace to the gods on the earth. May every verse that I write bring insight to the minds that's lost. Just what we do it for.
Body, feet to the floor, fists lifted. I'm feeling like a panther. Power to the people from Tallahassee to Madagascar. Spooked by the door, I infiltrated this black magic. Took accountability, healing from all my bad habits. Universe bent to my will, empowered by my blackness. Do you know who you effing with? I feel like Mike Blackston. Die for the people, ain't nothing new. They used to crashing. Judge slam gavel, he battled me with a racist passion. Stand up, chin up with your hands up, chest out. Know that this your land, bro. Embrace your beauty, they can't stand us. Don't want your reparations, they play it foul like I N1. My ancestor died for the cause. I align with the gods. I'm assigned to this war. Right until my lines turn to art. Speak for the ones with no voice that's in the crowd. Lord.
Stand up, 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 stand up.
Got people out here talking bad about Southern Soul. Somebody even had the nerve to say F Southern Soul. But I want y'all to know right now, I love me some Southern Soul. I don't know about you out there, but if you love it the way I do, everybody, let's get on your feet.
Stepping out my building, bless the doorman. Amethyst just chilling on my finger. I'm a goddess, see me dripping in the dormant. So the bad vibes have no room to linger. My energy is never ever dormant. With the biddy sitting perfect on my forehead. Can it help me channel inner wisdom? Got the unk when it's time to charge my life force. Used to have a lot of issues, but I fixed them. Writer's block, high and night, help me write more. High priestess, so you know I keep a court. Add some jade, then I'm blessed with some good fork. On a full moon, got my crystals popping. Tanzanite, malachite, tiger's eye. Chest piece, old Egyptian lapis. Feel protected, let it activate my third eye. Watch me drip, 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 drip. Watch me drip, 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 drip. Watch me drip, 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 drip. Watch me drip, 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 drip. Custom make kimono gifted from my Empress Kim. So gifted, I feel lifted. Such a goddess with a gem. Hella passion, only magic. I found God inside my womb. My cycle's been in tune with the moon. Working on my chakras, I'm expressing my truths. And I'm fully in my power. You hear God in the booth. Crazy when you hear me, you feel high when you listen. Especially because I'm Lizzie Jeff, the vibe is just different. Watch me drip, 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 drip. Watch me drip, 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 drip. Watch me drip. Drip, 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 watch me drip, 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 drip. The sun glistening, Malibu Beach today. Telling all my witches that we about to be paid. Elevating greatly through the retrograde. We all flowing on the wave of the moon phase. Prefer to see my ganja nice and frosty. I proceed to add a pinch of that Marley. CBD with sativa better than coffee. Then I light it and I toke it, never coffee. I prefer organic herb like my grocery. Damiana for the mix, call that potency. I am everything that I'm supposed to be. Literally turn to gold when you're close to me. King divine reflection, you the goat to me. You dripping, thanks for meeting me on this frequency. If you ever wonder about that freak in me, come practice Kundalini under the sheets with me. Watch me drip, 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 drip. Watch me drip, 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 drip. Watch me drip, 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 drip. Watch me drip, 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 drip.
All right. We're back at it. So, Wake Up CEO with Rachel L. Gary. So right now we're going to jump into the Author's Corner, sponsored by Distinguished Authors Guild, where your literary excellence is rewarded. Today, for my collection, the book that we're going to talk about is The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. Guys, this is one of my favorite books. And when it comes to smacking down failure, mastering your mindset and movement is key. And The 48 Laws of Power is a playbook on how to navigate life, business, and leadership with strategy and strength. So here are my 3 power-packed takeaways that helped me structure myself to win. Law number 1 was never outshine the master. And you guys are going to ask me why, but this is why. Know when to shine and when to strategize. Power isn't always loud. It's intellectual and intentional. Sometimes success means playing the long game, even after a setback. So the reason why I picked number 1 to now outshine the master was because it teaches you how to be strategic, how to put thoughts behind what you're doing, and how to know at the end of the day that the only way to find that success is to play chess, not chess. The second law that I want to talk about is Law 15. Crush your enemy totally. Hey guys, this is what that's about. That enemy can be fear, procrastination, or self-doubt. I'm about crushing those things, not allowing those things to come back up in me. So how do I get rid of fear? You can't get rid of being afraid, but I'm going to move forward anyway with courage. Procrastination. How to get rid of procrastination. Understand that perfection is a myth and that you are the myth buster. And you're going to move forward with a plan, with some action, regardless of what you might think is necessary for it to go forward. And self-doubt. How I crush self-doubt. By being committed to my consistency and can always move forward. That is how I get rid of my self-doubt. And the other half of crush your enemy totally, half effort will not silence that failure. To shut it down completely, you have to go all in on you. This is not about going all in on just a process. It's going all in with and talking to yourself when things don't work out properly. When you are feeling that you're not adequate or you're not the adequate person for a situation. You are the perfect version of yourself today to take control of your life as a CEO and move forward. The third law that I'm going to talk about from the book was plan all the way to the end. Failure often feels final when you haven't thought beyond that moment. So when we were discussing earlier that you're going to move forward past that stop sign, because on the other side of there's a street, there's more road, there's further to go. When you're thinking beyond just this moment and you're thinking with the end in mind, you have the opportunity to dispel the fact that you failed. That's that time that you're just learning a lesson. And structure yourself for the long run. See the end before you even start, because failure becomes just a step in your strategy. And that's about that book, my book, that I love to read and have read several times, The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. I would suggest, remember, all of the books and my playlist, you guys can always go to Wake Up CEO and get a copy of the book, where to find that book, my playlist, pick one of those songs to change your algorithm so you can stay positive. And if you have some clean, inspirational music, don't forget to send that to Wake Up CEO Radio at gmail.com. That is Wake Up CEO Radio at gmail.com. And we will, on the last Wednesday of the month, we will put the song from that list and play it live on the air. So if you are an artist, who's an independent artist who's trying to get your music out, and it's inspirational, and it does not have to be church music, guys. I want to say that for the record. As you guys hear on my playlist, it's not church music. It's inspirational music we got rap beat, we got some R&B in there, we have some jazz. There's a feel of all genres of music with positive messaging. So if you have a song of inspiration with positive in it, positive messages, send that to wakeupceoradio@gmail.com. We want to make sure that we give love and homage to independent artists who are looking to get their music out there. This is how we do it as an independent author myself. That is how I get my book out here, by sharing that book with other individuals and them talking about how good of a read it is. Because I can only say so much about a book that I wrote. Other people taking action from that book is what allows that book to find success. So don't forget to send that clean music in. And also, if you are looking to be live on the air with me, every Wednesday I'm here from 3 to 5 p.m. So you want to make sure, go to my page. If you're listening to me on YouTube or on Facebook, you can find on my page where it says where you can click to be a guest. So you want to click in, submit your information. If you're chosen to be a guest, we will send you an email verification, and we will go forward from there. We are looking to highlight people of inspiration and small businesses in the community who are looking to bring greatness out of other individuals. Please go ahead and drop that information in there. So also, I want to talk a little bit about an event that's coming up on 420. So the name of the event is called Weedy Gras. I am a mental health ally of this event. And I want to talk a little bit about what made me say yes to Weedy Gras 420. It's going to be a fun carnival. There is for people who are looking for success in enjoying music, enjoying a plethora of artists. So please go to ninawatersministry.com and buy your tickets. They have all the packages on there with all the information so you can find success. As I said, as a mental health ally, I always looking to help people find different avenues that help them find success in their life in the way in which they want to move forward. So this is a no judgment zone. This is a zone of positivity, inspiration, and moving forward in your best direction. So get those tickets at ninawatersministries.com/shop. That is ninawatersministries.com/shop. So let's get to a little more about where we're discussing about how we smacking down failure. And I hope that thus far, I've given you guys some clear examples on how you can allow failure to just be a word, not an identity. I want to make sure that we take it as such. That's what failure is. Failure is a moment. It's not identity that we're going to take on. We're not wearing the armor of failure. It goes a little bit to when I had Nina Waters on the show. So I had Nina Waters on the show, and she was breaking it down to about sometimes we think struggle is a badge of honor. And I was saying that I don't want to wear that badge of honor. And to me, it falls just in step with being a failure or something failing in your life. We think that sometimes that it's honorable to say that I tried and I didn't make it. If you wanted something more and you want to do something more, if you tried and you failed, where's the honor in stopping? I want somebody to help me out. Where's the honor in stopping that failure? I mean, with that stop sign. Where's the honor in that? Because I know that I'm trying, and I know that you're trying to live your best CEO life. And when you're being clear in your actions, empowered by your choices, and you're owning your direction, you don't have time to be concerned about a moment, because that's all failing is a moment in the grand scheme of things. I want you to take an opportunity to take that in. Failure is a moment, not a lifestyle, not a shirt of armor. There's no honor in saying you're a failure. Don't hang your head low when you failed something. Be proud. Be proud of yourself for getting out of your own way. Being proud of yourself for saying yes to your idea. Be proud of you taking a step forward. And when you hit that stop sign, don't use it as a stop. We're gonna keep moving forward towards those direction of having those best outcomes. And we're gonna learn that lesson from that moment of failure. That's the only thing we're gonna do is live. We're winning and learning. We're winning and learning. And when you're winning and learning, you ain't got time. You don't have time to be worried about if that failure is gonna haunt you. Because I think that's what we're thinking about. We're thinking about that image that failure portrays. The thought of what people will think if you fail. I think I say this often, guys. And this is my thoughts on it. When I look in the mirror, the only person that looks back is Rachel L. Gary. And if I'm looking in the mirror and the only person that is looking back is Rachel L. Gary, then for me, the only person's major idea that matters is my own. So if I want to do something and I fail, why does it matter what other people are thinking? They didn't try it. And let's say that you find that you have someone who's successful at the same endeavor that you failed at. That means maybe they learned something, they started sooner and learned something along the way. We can't live our lives thinking about what other people are thinking of us when we are trying to move forward. We have to stay focused on the main person who is of importance, is what we are thinking of ourselves. What are we thinking about where we're going? When we take stock of, okay, that issue, that thing failed. Okay, so when it failed, I looked at it and I saw that I could do this different. That's you strategizing for your next move. As I said, we're playing chess, not checkers. And as somebody who plays chess very well, I take those lessons from the game of chess and being strategic when I'm trying to capture the king. And let's say I come in the game with a strategy every single time. I got a 3-move strategy that I can capture a king and end the game in 3 moves. But if I play with somebody who's played with me before, they know those 3 moves. So if I try those same 3 moves, I'm going to fail to capture the king. However, I think of another set of moves. And as I'm making those my signature 3 moves, that's what I call it, my signature 3. Everyone's got a signature move that they do. You have those things that you're familiar with, that you filter everything through. But when something goes wrong, you don't have a backup plan. So that's how I play chess. I have my signature 3. If I don't capture the king in there, I start playing differently. I have a different strategy. And remember that while I have my strategy, the person on the other side has theirs. Because sometimes that we have a strategy for our lives, and then something will step in and redirect us another way. And that didn't mean that we failed. That just means that we were moving to some place, but not the place in which we were meant to move to sometimes. And that's what I'm speaking about when I'm playing chess. I I have my signature three. That don't work. I have to now decide another line of defense. And sometimes I might lose the game. It's rare, but it's happened. But when I lose that game and I fail to capture the king, I look at my strategy. So guys, I'm telling you, the way I play the chess game, the way I used to play Chinese checkers with my sister and brother, the way I used to play Connect Four, I always consider myself a winner. My sister wouldn't even play Connect Four with me anymore because she said I win every time. Then they started saying I was cheating because I was winning. I just had a strategy and I was thinking all through it. So I've been this type of person who thinks through things deeply all the time. But then it was sometimes I started losing because I got overly confident that I was going to win every time. So I started making fatal mistakes. Now I'm going to say this. I have not won a game with my sister in China and Connect Four in 10 years. And 10 years prior to that, I won every time. Because, so I'm asking myself, well, what changed? What she started doing is she came up with a strategy. And I've been playing the same way I've been playing ever since we were kids. Now, if it was important to me, let's put it out there. If it's important to me to win, then would I come up with a new strategy? And I'm gonna tell you what we sometimes do. We put it down to I'm gonna use a phrase and you guys gonna get it. I say, hey, that's not even important. And instead of me playing to win, now I just play like, it's not even important if I do win. So I've given up on winning. Take that moment, guys. Take that moment. And if you put all those pieces of what I just said together, when I was winning, I had the strategy. I was feeling like I was on top. When I started losing, I started saying it wasn't even important if I win. So what am I doing in those cases? I defeat myself before I even start the game. And sometimes that's what we do. And that's when we feel as if we're failing. Because we're no longer playing the game looking for success. I want y'all to let that sink in. Are we playing the game of life to win? Are our goals that we're looking to win on the top of our mind? Or are we just playing to say that we're playing the game? Are we just saying that we're doing something just to show up? Or are we coming to a situation to show out? So we're going to take an opportunity and we're going to listen to Success is Inevitable. And I want you guys to listen to the words in these songs. Because this is something that I listen to when sometimes the situations are not going as planned. Or things are not going in my favor. I notice one thing every time, that my success is inevitable. So let Cassie D play this out.
My success is inevitable. My success is inevitable. Inevitable. I will win. My success is 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 inevitable.
will win. My success is inevitable. I will win. My success is inevitable. I will win. My success is inevitable. After the sentence, choose what's happening again. Finish line happy to win. So no, it's a battle within. For success, no, I have to ascend. Recharge, then it's happening again. Hit the finish line happy to win. I said, I know it's a battle within. For success, no, I have to ascend. Recharge, then it's happening again. Hit the finish line happy to win.
Success is inevitable.
All right. Welcome back. This is My Radio Chicago Support District Network. It is more than radio. Guys, did you guys listen to that song? My success is inevitable. And did you hear where he said that you have to ascend? You have to put yourself ready to win. So whenever I get in my moment where, and as I said, just like everything else in life, we will have those moments where we're not believing totally in ourselves, those moments where we are trying to figure out what to do, how to do. But I listen to that song and it always reminds me that if I am ready to win, if I'm ready to win, I know that I must ascend, and I must ascend all the negativity. I must ascend the way that I'm thinking about lack. I must always remember that if I want abundance, abundance is mine. And that's what that song reminds me of every single time I listen to it. So when I'm having those moments of doubt, because doubt creeps in, I am a very positive individual. I constantly keep positive music, positive podcasts, positive conversation, positive people, positive energy around me to fuel me. But that doubt will creep in when situations are happening and things that I believe I can't control. Then I remind myself, okay, it's okay that those things creep in. 80,000 thoughts, 70, 80,000 thoughts a day, it's inevitable that something's going to creep in. But I make sure that I combat that, as I said, smacking down failure. I'm smacking down the negativity. I'm smacking down the things that don't align with my bigger vision. I smack those things down and remind myself, just like I'm reminding you guys of being the CEOs of your life. I remind myself that I am a CEO. I wear my shirt around my house. I'm a CEO. And I own that mindset. I own those thoughts. I am clear in where I want to go. I'm empowering myself to take the steps, the action towards where I want to go. And I'm owning that as I'm moving along the way, that when things stop, roadblocks come up, people are around saying that I can't make it happen, people saying that I wasn't going to write my book, people saying that I wasn't going to be good enough to get on the radio, people saying that I wasn't going to be able to purchase 2 buildings. When people were saying that, all the time I was thinking in my mind, I'm not concerned about what they're thinking. I'm concerned about what I'm thinking, who I am, who I want to be, where I want to go. How do we go forward? That's what I think about at the end of the day. That's where we said that we must be ascend and we must be ready to win. That's what I think about. If we're already saying that we can't, we won't, we're gonna fail. We already set ourselves up for the word failure. And I hope that today that what we're talking about, the information that I'm providing, reminds you that failure isn't a person. Failure is an activity. Failure is an event. Failure is a lesson. And from that lesson, you'll find growth. From that growth, you'll find success. And from that success, you will continue on going forward in being confident. Confident in your ability to handle things when they come your way. In your ability to think through situations. In your ability to be the best version of yourself and showing up as the best version of you every time. It's not easy, but it's necessary. It's not easy. I'm always going to tell you it's simple. Everything that I speak of is simple, but not easy. Simplicity makes it where it's easy to understand. But what's difficult is for you saying yes to you. I just want you to say yes to you. I want you to say yes to your progress. I want you to say yes to that success for item that you want. I want you to say yes to your growth. And I want you to say no to just one thing. Letting something stop you. Say no to other people who don't see your vision. Your vision for your outcome of your life is yours and yours alone. You will get assistance. I didn't do any of the things I'm doing in my life, career by myself. But my vision is what brought those things to life. My vision is what drew the support. Because I was so excited about whatever journey I was on. I was so much in action towards those things that I was pulling that energy filled with me. Have you guys ever spent the top? And as it's spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning, it gets more momentum. And it starts to, and things start coming towards it. You'll see link go towards it. If you're spinning the top on the floor, pay attention to it. Because you are the force. As you're spinning and making and moving forward in the directions in which you want to go, you'll start picking up other pieces of energy, other people who want to help you, other things that are coming your way. You'll start seeing that stuff. You'll feel like it's magically appearing. The road in which you wanted to go starts opening up. Someone starts asking you, do you want some things that are going to help you towards where you were trying to go? Because things that are in action stay in action. If you are sitting stagnant, it remains stagnant. So the energy, the force of energy is things that stay in motion are in motion. So the action that you're putting in is getting more action, is attracting more energy. So that positive energy, that positive thoughts is going to attract more positive energy and more positive thoughts. That's why I say failure is an event, because we are what we think. If I think success, failure doesn't exist for me. If I think that I'm winning every time, because when I'm learning, I'm winning. And when I'm winning, I'm winning. So if I'm learning and winning when I'm winning, I'm never losing. Let me say that again. If I'm winning, and when I'm learning, I'm winning, then there's no time to be losing. See, that's all a mindset. So there can't be failure when either you're winning or you're learning. You don't have time to fail because you're going to learn from an activity that did not go as planned. You're going to learn from the activity that didn't go as planned. So you're never going to see that as a failure. So let's jump into this leadership. 3-point play. Powered by Say I'm Possible Academy. Play 1. Model real resilience. Your kids and your community need to see you bounce back. When they see you fall and rise, they learn they can do the same. Play 2. Teach through transparency. Let your family see your progress, not just your wins. That's where the real leadership lies. It lies in showing people what is happening along the way. That's the lessons and the wins. Play 3. Be the blueprint. Own your moments, share your lessons, and lead like the legacy you're building depends on it, because it does. That was the Leadership 3-point play powered by Say I'm Possible Academy, where self-leadership gets GPS. So I just want to make sure that we are all on the same page. And I'm going to share my final thoughts for the day. Failure is only final if you stop showing up for you. You didn't come this far to quit. The failure is not your identity. It's what you're going to rise above. Smack failure down once and for all by using it as your next level's fuel. Because at the end of the day, the fuel that the fire within you burns is all of the things and all of the lessons that you've learned along the way. And I want you guys to, at the end of the show, and every show, I want you guys to be up, out, and moving to the greatness that we all know lies within who? You, CEO. Till next week on Wake Up CEO on My Radio Chicago, Support District Radio Network, where it's more than radio. Stay locked in for Mr. at the Top, coming up next with the Financial Power Hour, right here on My Radio Chicago. See you guys next week, right here, between 3 and 5 p.m.
Let me grow on my way. Let me grow. Let me grow. Let me grow. Joy, every word, every conversation. Let my soul you see every sign of love. Everything starts on the inside before it comes on the outside. It's growth. Everything starts on the inside before it comes on the outside. It's growth. Hey. Let me go. 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 That's my air you're breathing. Can you feel it deep inside? That's my heart, your heart did, and it's beating to your side. Everything starts on the inside before it comes on the outside. It's growth. Everything starts on the inside before it comes on the outside. It's growth. Can I go with you? We can go together. Can I go with you? We can go together. Yeah, you don't want to. Gotta let me know. Gotta let me go. Can I go with you? We can go together. If you don't want to, let me go. Let me go. Let me go. Let me go.
And whatever you want to do, listen to them or play them or yeah, I'm gonna send you some. I'm gonna send you.
If you're okay with me putting it on Wake Up CEO,
you
Wake Up
not
CEO,
okay.
It goes live every Wednesday.
I'll be honored. Not okay. You can when I send you, and I'm saying this right here. This is your contract right here. You can use any of my music on your radio show. I'm not looking for anything because whatever compensation or whatever like God has already given me my compensation. He always is. So no, or it. Yes, no. You can use whatever I send to you, and if you find more on the internet, use it on your show. And Luke Bryan Smith.
I'm feeling so good. You want to know why? Because I imagine myself flying all through the sky. I can see myself frolicking in a castle, gold crown on my head, a smile on my face, no stress, no hassle, no limits to my visions. I make my own decisions. So when I connect with my thoughts, I think about good things with precision. I imagine I'm traveling the world and I'm meeting new people from different places. I imagine I'm looking at a crowd and all I see is smiling faces. Picture this, you see yourself rich, traveling the world, meeting different people. Imagine yourself with great health, wealth, and happiness is a sequel. I use my imagination without any limitations. I take full responsibility, see life as endless possibility. Yeah. I visualize and realize it's no surprise that I'm successful in my mind before I see it. Anywhere I want to go, I close my eyes and I'm already there. You know we make a great pair. We always attend a creative affair. Riding in a Lamborghini, my own mind is my own genius. That's why I shine. You see, you be you. Be me. I am feeling so carefree. Get hot just like the third degree. I am hoping you agree. When you imagine, that's the key. Yes. Picture this. Can you see yourself rich, traveling the world, meeting different people? Imagine yourself with great health, wealth, and happiness is a sequel. I use my imagination without any limitations. I take full responsibility, see life as endless possibilities. I feel great. You want to know why? I imagine myself on a G6 in the sky. I can see myself on a white sand beach with turquoise water, sipping the Caribbean peach. I got the code to the gate, yes. I don't even have to wait, no. As I drive on through to my Spanish estate, wonderful friends that support me, a beautiful wife, an amazing family. I love my life. Picture this, can you see yourself rich, traveling the world, meeting different people? Imagine yourself with great health, wealth, and happiness is a sequel. I use my imagination without any limitations. I take full responsibility, see life as endless possibilities.
Early morning, time to rise, no sleep. Radio's humming with the funky beat. Sun is shining, Rachel brings the heat. Wake up, CEO, we're on repeat. Chicago, Sun Up City on the go. Rachel L. Gary on the radio. Tune in quick, feel the power flow. Wake up, CEO, it's your daily show. Wake up, start the day with CEO. Rachel's got the vibe, that's the real deal. CEO, it's time to feel the thrill. Morning grind, press play and chill. From the Windy City, bringing major vibes. Rachel on the mic, keeping lives revived. Radio Chicago, where dreams arise. Wake up, CEO, to the skies. No more snooze button, no more delay. Rachel's voice making waves today. Feel the energy, Chicago way. Wake up, CEO, rise and sway. Wake up, start the day with zeal. Rachel's got the vibe, that's the real deal. CEO, it's time to feel the thrill. Morning grind, press play and chill. Wake up, start the day with zeal. Hey, with Rachel's got the vibe, that's the real deal. CEO, it's time to feel the thrill. Morning grind, press play and chill.
This is Nina Powell of Nina Waters Ministries. And when you're looking for inspiration, check out Wake Up CEO with Rachel L. Gary. Wednesdays from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m.